And we're back now at 9:15. It's officially festival season with French Quarter Festival this weekend. Jazz Fest not far around the corner, and many people are excited to have something to celebrate after 2 long years of the pandemic. Now, however, with cases rising still in some areas, we may have some lingering concerns. And with that, we have Dr. Toni Gross with us. She is from Children's Hospital. And doctor, so many people are ready to get out and about. They're ready to get back to festivals, but it's still out there. And you hate to say COVID again, but it's still out there. And there are some things that we need to pay attention to, right?
Right. Thank you for having me this morning.
Sure.
It is true that we are seeing increases in cases of COVID-19 in the past 2 weeks in some areas of the United States. And so masks in New Orleans are no longer required. However, when in large crowds, masks are still encouraged. However, the best way to keep yourself safe from COVID in larger crowds is the vaccine and boosters.
So when you go into large crowds, Jazz Fest, I can't imagine people are going to wear a mask at Jazz Fest, right? So the vaccine can actually cover you. People are close at hand, and you are outdoors, and that's something that disperses, some of the germs and, the spread of the disease. But, when you're out and about, you still need to pay attention on who you're around. And, if somebody's coughing or looks sick or whatever, you may want to just kind of keep that in mind as well.
Right. And have a mask on you. You may not choose to wear it the whole time, but it's good to have one on you. I think that the other thing to keep in mind is that there are a lower proportion of children, and children under 5 still don't have a vaccine available. So we still need to protect our kids also by being responsible, not going out if you are sick, and not being around other people if you have any symptoms.
So, many people do bring their kids out to French Quarter Festival or, the Jazz Fest, and they hang out and they do their thing. And you're right, some of those kids may not be vaccinated. So that could be an exposure as well. Now, when it comes down to also protecting yourself from the actual COVID-19. And again, hopefully we're getting behind that. But there are some other things you need to do. Stay hydrated, sunscreen, you're out and about. We haven't really been out in the sun, in the hot sun, doing a lot of things because of all the lockdowns and that. But now that things are open, we really need to start paying a little more attention to our bodies as we get older, and things we need to do to kind of beat the heat.
Right. Yeah, so, in terms of mass gatherings, the most common illnesses that are seen are dehydration related, heat illness, dehydration, intoxication illness. So that's another thing keep in mind, is always hydrate with water, lots of water. And if you can, bring a reusable water bottle so that you'll always have water on you. Most places will let you bring in an empty bottle. Also, dress appropriately for the weather. So, tank top may seem like it's going to keep you really cool, but actually all that sun that's hitting your skin may make you hotter. So, there's some protective long sleeves that reflect the sun that you might want to consider also. When you do go to the festivals, most of the festivals are going to have a medical tent, at least one, maybe a few medical tents. So look at that map before you get there, know where those tents are. Things even as you might get a swarm of ants on your foot and you might need to go to the medical tent. But those people are there to help out. Absolutely.
So going back to festivals, a fun time, but, we have to be cautious as well, not only from, the pandemic, but also just making sure you've got that sunscreen on. Sunburn is not fun. Skin cancer, all the things that go along with that. And of course, as you mentioned, if you're going to drink alcohol, make sure you stay hydrated with water and have a designated driver as well. So we appreciate your time, Doctor. And again, happy festival season this weekend. It all kicks off with French Quarter Fest. Thanks again.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
You bet.